Hey guys, Buffer Game Bad today, bringing you a video. Today we're going to go through some tactical weapons here for Delta Force Hawk Ops here in the alpha. Some things that I was building and playing with, so we'll probably have to build them from scratch. I wanted to go in for the beginning here and show you guys how we're getting in through the menu to this, because I showed it yesterday in the weapon customization video for the gunsmith. But in case some people didn't notice how to specifically get in there, you're at the main menu here for the alpha. You have Campaign, Havok Warfare, and Tactical Turmoil. Tactical Turmoil seems to be the renamed version of the Hazard Operations, which is the extraction mode. So we're going to go ahead and do Tactical Turmoil. Once you get here to your black site, this is essentially like your hideout. You can either hit tab or go over to one of the main computers here around the lab. This one here will bring you to your stash. So I can hit F on that or just go to tab. It'll bring me to the same menu. Now, we would go over to the gunsmith, which is where we would go ahead and build and test things without having to buy them and put them in our stash. So we'll go over to gunsmith, and unfortunately it doesn't have all of the pre-ones that I built, but we might have them as saved loadouts, which it appears we do. So let's go ahead and I'll show you guys some cool builds here that I was playing with, some nice tactical builds for Delta Force Hawk Ops here in the alpha. So I think first and foremost, we'll show off the spear. This is a really cool one. The M7 or the XM7 is known in real life. Battle rifle firing that 6.8 by 51 millimeter. You can see the cost here in game right now. So we'll go ahead and preview this. Now my loadout, hopefully, okay, so it did not save my loadout. Again, this is still early alpha, so sometimes the saved versions do save, other times they don't. But we'll go ahead and modify this. I know some people were asking for this in the video the other day. Again, buttstocks, you do have some unique attachments on some weapons. Other weapons, you have very similar attachments. Pretty much all the same attachments. So that's one thing I would want to see is a little bit more unique attachments for some of these weapons. We'll go with the base stock here. For the optic, we'll probably go ahead with something like a Spectre L-Can. So we'll go ahead, select that, and then we can hit preview, put a little honeycomb kill flash on there for 15,000. Again, you can do this without spending in-game currency since we're just testing it. And then if we wanted, we could also throw like a candid optic on there, but I don't think we'll do it for this particular build. Go ahead and put a do a PEC 2 on here. Now you can see a lot of the names here, like the Purse is a Russian laser lights. You have a lot of these and a lot of the weapons have their real life names, which is cool. So we'll go ahead and put the PEC on there, preview that. For the muzzle device, I think the best, and it's really cool because the order of the prices of everything I think changes consistently. So the order of which these attachments are here in the preview screen also changes based on that. This right here, the M7 Practical Suppressor, is the closest thing to the real-life suppressor for the XM7, so we'll go ahead and select that. And then for a nice grip option here, you can see you have similar here. You have a lot of different attachments that are very similar. So we'll go ahead and do something like this, the Practical Bevel foregrip. Looks pretty good. Go ahead and select that. And that's a pretty good one. I think we'll put a fast pull on the magazine, and that is our XM7. Now again, it should let me save the loadout. If I come here and hit save, this is where it should let me save it. I thought I had saved one earlier, but maybe I didn't. So let's see if that actually works. Now it's there. But yeah, we'll go ahead and jump into the firing range with this so you guys can see. Enter the firing range. So here is our XM7. Also, let me know how the audio is for my voice here. In this one, I was playing around with my mic settings here to get it working. It sounded a little bit better like it used to. So hopefully we're in a better spot. You can see the weapon has select fire. Pretty cool inspect animation. Sounds really cool. I like the sound with the suppressor. And again, we're in select fire right now. So you can see how it is Damage-wise, again, I'll do a video probably tomorrow on the firing range, like everything you need to know for the firing range, because it really helps out, especially with the ammo. You can see also the bullet velocity seems to be so slow, but again, for in-game purposes, it makes sense, I guess, for balance. Good fast rate of fire here for full auto. I think it comes in, it's set around 650, which seems a little faster than that to me, but so that's a really nice tactical version of the XM7, or the Sig Sauer Spear, the winner of the NGSW program, firing that 6.8 by 51 millimeter round. Really cool weapon. Go ahead and hit our tab screen. Let's go to another weapon here. Now, let's see the one that I built yesterday. Let's hope this is this one. Hopefully it's saved. I think it did. Yeah, so this Mark 12 SPR, this is one that I built yesterday. And you can see how this one's saved, right? So maybe I just didn't save that other build that I did. But this is probably my favorite build that I think I've made thus far. If we come into the modify screen here, you can see just how cool this thing is. This is a really neat looking build. I love this gun. Basically, and again, this is a good example of a weapon conversion. Turning a M16 into a Mark 12 SPR is just like gorgeous. I really love the customization you can do with that. So let's take this into the firing range, show it off quick, and then I'll show you what I did with the attachments. I also built this one out, I think, yesterday in the video, in case you missed it, but we'll take a look at the attachments here as well. So I can select different things there. Let's take a look at that inspect one more time. Mark 12 SPR, firing 5.56 by 45 millimeters. So let's see, at base, we already are in single fire with the M16. You have a 3-round burst option here, but let's test it out. I just feel like this thing, and this build costs, I checked the price in Tactical Turmoil. It's like, this whole build is like 300-something thousand, so you really want to be ready to blow cash if you're going to be building guns like this to actually bring in game in Tactical Turmoil. But when you have everything unlocked in Havok Warfare, like, this is the kind of stuff that would be a lot of fun and test these kind of builds before you bring them to gameplay. But I can already tell this thing's going to be a beast. You can see, obviously, we'd go the burst option here. That flashlight has that close quarters epileptic mode. Really cool. So that's a Mark 12 SPR. Really cool weapon. This is so far, I think, probably my favorite build that I've done here in this game. So let's go ahead and back out. We'll get rid of these ones and go in here. See what other ones I have. I showed off a good PKP build yesterday, which if I modify this, you should see it. So this is a slightly different one, I think, than I did yesterday, but if I apply it, and I'll go back and show you that Mark 12 too. You can see we're running just a PKP, very similar to what I did in yesterday's video with the gunsmith overview. Zenit grip. You can see we're running a Spectre Elcan with a kill flash. Running a Russian RK3 Zenit grip for the pistol. Running an RK, I believe it's a 1 or a 2 canted grip, which is the X25 U45 degree in this one game. And then we have a bipod on there as well. And we're running the barrel option here. We're running the PKM Elite Standard Barrel, which gives us that Zenit B33, whatever the PKM specific Zenit handcard is. B33 is more the AKA handcard. I don't remember what this one is. It's a B something. And then we have just a, here we have a bell mouth suppressor for the PKM, and I'm running the green laser on the right hand for this. So that's our modernized Zenit type PKM. I do hope they add attachments to turn this into a PKP Pecheneг and get rid of that carrying handle, but still really cool. So let's go ahead and check this thing out. Showed off a kind of a similar-ish build in yesterday's video, but again, this is a really nice looking gun. A lot of fun to use too. And the cool thing is you can use the bipod. So and the cool thing is the PKM, it doesn't have disintegrating links. You can see right there, no more rounds on the right hand side. We have 3 more ready. So the Russians don't use disintegrated links. So you're just always having a longer longer belt coming out of the weapon on the left-hand side. I'm not sure if it does that. If I inspect, if you will be able to see if that's still the case here. It looks like not. But again, that's a minor detail, which would be a little bit too realistic, I think, for this game. But that's our Zenit PKM machine gun. Thing is a beast. Let's go ahead and look at another weapon here. So LMGs, I wanted to build a SAW earlier. I was looking at this, but it seemed to be bugged right now. Same with the SCAR. So you can see this was working the other day, but right now the barrels are not working. So I think if I bring this in, yeah, see the barrel's still bugged. So I think we'll save that one. And I think it's still bugged with the SCAR as well, unless one of the updates today fixed it. Let's just take a quick look if that is the case. I don't think it is. But if I apply the loadout, go to modify, see practical short, standard. Yeah, so it's not changing any of these, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. So we'll keep going here. A really nice looking, let's go ahead and check out the AUG. So the AUG, right? We can modify this. Go ahead, and for the barrel option here, assuming it's not bugged, we have the AUG Elite Suppressor. This is the integrally suppressed version. Long barrel with the bipod. Here's a cool one. It kind of gives it like a Tavor handguard look almost to a degree. And here we have the classic with the integral scope. So I feel like we gotta run, that's more of an A3 right there, which is really cool. Let's go ahead and run the integral scope one. We'll mount that. Go ahead and go back. We can probably put a dot on this, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. Install that. For the buttstock options, put a comb on there. And the buttstock, we can put a pad. Magazine, we probably want this. So there is a 60 round available. I think we'll stay with the standard. Go ahead and put a fast pull on there. And then for the laser option, looks like we're only going to have it on the right-hand side where the pick rail is. So we'll go ahead, do a tactical light to switch it up a little bit. Suppressor-wise, we'll go with a wrapped suppressor. I feel like will look nice. And then for our underbarrel grip here, let's see what would look good here. They don't have the AUG integral grip with this particular version of the barrel that we did. So we'll go ahead and run that, install it, and that's our kind of our classic old school AUG with the built-in optic on there. The integral optic looks really cool actually. Calibration, we can change all of that if we wanted to. Appearance, you do have one blueprint here, which looks cool. There's going to be a lot of those we showed previously. Let's go ahead and bring this into the firing range. So here's our AUG. Pretty generic inspect on a lot of the weapons, whereas some have more unique weapons. I know they were working on those, and I think there's still some work to do because you don't see a lot of them implemented yet. What we saw previously showed off. So I think this version of the alpha, they're using some of the old inspects and attachment systems that we see better things in the trailers that they've showed off. So I think this is just probably an older build. But boy, does that sound clean. Really good looking. Let's see what kind of fire rates we have. So that's only, you have 3 times and the red dot there. So that's really nice that we have that option. Single fire and full auto is what we have. And that sounds awesome. So I do love the sound of that. That's our AUG A3 here, kind of converted to the old school AUG with the integral optic. Looking really nice. Let's go ahead and back out. Get rid of our PKM here. And let's go ahead and look through our rifles again. We showed off a nice AS Val the other day. Let's see. I had a couple good ones picked out for... we got to go with an Ash 12. I kind of showed this off on the streams that I did. So here's our Ash 12. You can see for the barrel options, you have the base short barrel. You have a CQB short barrel, which is somehow longer than the base barrel. And you have a long barrel option. So we'll go ahead and do, I want to see something here quick. If I did the long barrel option, it doesn't change our suppressor option. So let's go ahead and we'll go with that base one with that fat suppressor on there. Looks super clean. Both of these are really good options, aesthetic wise. So we'll stay with that this time around. For the grip, we're gonna want probably like the Ash 12 type grip. This Knight's Armament grip looks kind of similar to that. And then we'll go ahead and let's put a perset on the top rail. Magazine wise, we'll go with that 30 round mag. And for do some rail covers on this, because who doesn't love rail covers? And then why don't we go ahead, we'll look at it with an optic, but I want to check it out with iron sights, because it looks really clean with the iron sights. And the problem is, when you put optic on, it removes that carrying handle, which has the Picatinny rail on it. So I would like to see that kind of used with the option to put an optic on top instead of removing it like you see there, because I do love how it looks with the optic mounted on the carrying handle. So see if we load out. So I do have other loadouts here, which is nice. But let's go ahead and look at this one in the firing range. So do a little inspect. Again, this is the generic inspect for sure. Really clean iron sights. There's not really a need for an optic, really, for how you would want to be using this. So that's super clean. Let's go ahead and modify this quickly. Go ahead and modify. Go to my loadouts. What did I have here? Had a couple different ones built that look pretty cool. Let's go to this one. Let's apply that loadout. And let's go modify it quickly. Go with the long suppressor, install it. See if we can do a little bit of a... Now you see there's definitely a bug here because the handguard is not changing like it should. So the handguard should be changing here, and it is not. So that's definitely a bug, because you can see the image of what the handguard should be, and it's not changing. So we'll go ahead, let's try and make a VKS here with this. With that Titan suppressor, back that out, and then we're gonna want this bad boy here. We'll go ahead and put the kill flash on because it looks awesome. And for the top mount, we'll go ahead and put this on, install that. So then this would kind of be, we'll unequip that for a base 20 round. No comb that we can put on, but that's butt stock option we have here is the Ash 12 sniper stock. This one kind of looks like the right stock. Also, shout out to this Justin, friend of the channel and a supporter of the channel. It's his birthday. Everybody, happy birthday to Justin if you're still with me at this point. This is our Ash 12 converted to a VKS. Now that just looks beautiful, honestly. That's beautiful. So I'm actually going to save this one. Save it, custom 2, and we'll call it VKS in the custom 2 slot. Boom. Now we have that one modified. So that's how you would save them. Let's go ahead and jump into the firing range here. Looks so nice. VKS. Go ahead and inspect it one more time. I changed the firing range there. Now, I think with the longer barrel, though, you should be able to put a bipod on it. Whereas here, I actually... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I can't use... Let's go ahead and reselect that. Modify. I can't use a bipod because the handguard is not working for the barrels here. So we should get... But it's not working. So that's okay. Let's go ahead and jump to the firing range. You want that in single fire. This is firing 12 by 55 millimeter. Now in real life, the VKS would not be semi-auto. You'd have to pull back on the charging handle, but it is very similar to the S12. They're essentially the same gun. You would pull that charging handle back that he just did every time. So you can extra zoom. Let's see here. What did that just bring up? Oh, that's my options. Okay. Shift. 2 to the body. Now, if I had a bipod, it would be a little bit easier to see what the damage or how many hits. But let's try 1, 2, 3. 1. You can see the drop there. It's a heavy round. Subsonic also. should be with that 12.7 by 55 millimeter. So a nice VKS and an AS12 you guys saw there. Looks really good. Let's go ahead and back out. Let's get rid of that one, and let's see what other ones that I had. We can go into the rifles. Actually, let's do an SMG maybe here, or a marksman rifle. So let's show off the VSS here. So we'll modify this. Let's make a VSSM. So we'll go ahead, use the VSS Elite stock. This is going to give us the VSSM, or the modernized VSM stock. Now for the optic here, again, we could be crazy and run like any of these crazy sniper optics, but I think to stay true to the VSS, we'll run the 8x PSO optic. Go ahead and do that. We could also throw a canted dot on here if we wanted. Will those work together? Actually, it appears they will not. So we'll stay with the regular 8x PSO. Install that. Now for the barrel, we can run that longer barrel for the VSSM. And then we'll go ahead here on the grip. Or we'll go ahead with the bipod. Since we have an extended barrel handguard, we can put that on. And then grip will run probably a Russian RK0 on this one to stay true to the Russian design. And that's pretty good. You have 30 and 45 round options here, but I think that's kind of how we want to keep this to stay true to a VSSM. And that's our modernized VSS. Really nice gun. Again, I can go to calibration, foregrip. We can bring this thing forward more. Beautiful. Loadouts. I can save this. Slot 1. So you get 5 slots per weapon, which is cool. VSSM. Beautiful. Save it. Appearance-wise, we don't have anything yet that we can look at. Go ahead and bring this in the firing range, and wow, does that look good. So this is super nice. Now the VSS, unfortunately, does not have the full auto capability here, which, honestly, that's fine because you have the AS Val already in game. See if it'll let me use my bipod. It will. That's a really cool magazine sound when I'm out. That sounds really neat when you're out of ammo. So we can also do, I didn't put a laser on it this time. Sounds really cool. So that's our VSSM. Really clean. Let me know your thoughts down below. That's a pretty long video already, so I'll do a continued part with this. But I mean, man, just look how clean our operator looks there too with that VSS. That looks awesome. And like I said earlier, you can select different ammo types. So here, like for the that's BP, you can see the different tier based on the color. So we'll go ahead and, like, if I put on, you can see what the damage ratio, flesh damage, armor damage, all that is compared. So 35-48, 35-48. But you can test out all the damage. So the damage, flesh and everything damage there is showing the same. So this is stuff we'll get into with our next video and show you guys kind of the differences there. But let me know your thoughts down below. These are some nice tactical builds here for Delta Force Hawk Ops. I'll do more of these. Tomorrow we'll go through everything firing range wise. Let me know your thoughts down below. Till next time, this is Buff Nerd Gaming. Big shout out to this Justin. Happy birthday. Also, let me know how the mic sounds in this video. Hopefully, I've fixed a lot of the terrible audio that we've been having the past year or so. Let me know your thoughts down below. Till next time, Buff Nerd Gaming, out.